tell me about like how the 10 years of like the monster stuff comes up, because that is, I mean, what are you, like 20 at that point? Young,
Yeah, so
late teens?
2010, I started with that company. Do you want me to tell you the story about how I got
yeah.
hired? Okay.
How does that all happen? Because you know, you go from like being, you know, it's kind of '07 to 10, like you're growing up, you're learning all this stuff. This is like your career now. You're out of
Right.
school.
Right, I
This is what
graduated
you're
high
doing
school in
full-time.
'07.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's like you're like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make money.
Oh, yeah.
And then someone from Monster comes to you and says, you want to do this? And you're like, hell yeah.
It was almost like that, except for I couldn't get them to answer the initial emails for me to get the, hey, you want to come do this?
So you spammed them for a long time.
No, I didn't spam them, man. I know the squeaky wheel gets the grease,
Yeah.
and in some circumstances I might be the squeaky wheel, but for this one I was just, it was early enough, and I would think I was naive enough.
Yeah.
Luckily, it didn't backfire on me. But I went to one of their events. I wouldn't suggest anyone do this, but I went to one of their events back, like I said, in '08, '09, and I took my camera, and by this time I had a Panasonic HMC 150. It's about this
Yeah.
long. I had a big jacket on, and being big, this probably helped me out. You know, so I put the camera in there, and I was sneaking into this arena in Tulsa, BOK Center, and they were doing an arena cross. And it's pretty much just a miniature supercross. It's still a big production. There's still fire and lights, and they're like, bring 'em
But it's a
out,
circuit, everyone's racing.
Yeah, it's a circuit. Everyone's racing after the show starts. So my buddy invites me. He races. I film the event, film the opening ceremonies, film everything. And keep in mind, I've got this thing in my pocket. I'm waiting, and I'm filming, and I'm waiting, and I'm filming. And in between those cutting, I managed to capture some shots, and I sent it to that tour director, and I was like, I want a job with you guys. And like,
super rogue.
by the time the tour, this was in, it was cold, so it had to have been October.
Yeah.
And by December of that year, they were like, hey, we like that video. And they said, we want to fly out to Chicago to come meet with us in our corporate offices. And I remember telling everyone, I was like, dude, I'll bet they're going to sue me. Like,
And
I
I'm going to
told
sit
the guy,
in a room with a bunch of suits, and I'm going to get served.
I told the guy, and I guess I joked with him. I remember it's like, dude, I thought after it was all said and done, I was like, I really thought you guys were gonna, like, you know, I was gonna get a slap on the wrist or something. But how stupid of I was to fly all the way to Chicago if I thought that. So that happened, and made a good impression. Stuck with that company. Worked in. So this one company has Arena Cross, Supercross, Monster Jam, and a couple other things. And so whenever one runs out, I'll just ping pong to the other one. And finally, I got somewhere I enjoyed it, and it was with four-wheel sports. You know, I enjoy razors and quads and trucks. And then just this all happened. So
yeah. And then so that lasted for 10 years.
10 years.
So you're on the road literally for 10 years straight.
Not nonstop. I would stop. So you know, I would say about 70% of the year I would be in a hotel. I'm in a, you know, I missed my nephew's 8. I saw his first birthday.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, that's rough, isn't it? To be, but I mean, you're young, your life experience, you're learning so much, and the connections that you make through that, lifelong friends. You know, your shop out here is filled with memorabilia from stuff that you've managed to sneak out of arenas.
Yeah, and I don't want to say. I mean, they were in the trash. You know, this was just sitting in the trash. So I'm not a thief, and I definitely was like, if they're gonna throw it away, might as well put it in the shop.
And it looks great on a man cave.
Yeah,
you know, like
just
truck parts and
duct
everything.
taped it all together, and
That's
but
sick.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.